can you push the multi-guest button, the pink and the blue button, sweetheart? Can you to do that to come live? Push the pink and the blue button down here by the chat to come live with me, sweetheart, Julie. I'm excited. Where is my... Here we go. Yay, Julie. All right, honey. How are you, girly girl? What's up, girl?
I'm good.
How you doing?
Can't wait.
How
Just can't. I wanted to have the reading earlier, but my boss was in the office.
Oh my God! What do you do for work? Oh my God.
I work in the legislative branch of the government.
Shut the front door. You are a politician person.
They're politicians. I'm just their person.
Their go-to person. You're the one that does the shit behind the scenes, not them. I know how it works.
Yes.
You're the one that does all the work. They're just out here for show. But you, my friend, are the one behind the scenes pulling the strings. I know this. Is that right? I
always tell them it's my job to make them look good.
Of course. Well, I've never done a person, I don't think, for the legislation person. So welcome to my page and welcome to my reading.
Thank you.
Thanks for, I'm looking for my crystal, but I dropped it somewhere. It's all right. I'll find it. So tell me, Miss Julie, what can I do for you, my friend? Mediumship, right? You want mediumship, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you something. Is your mom passed away?
Yes, she has.
And what about your dad?
Yes, he has.
And you want to talk to your parents?
I would love to talk to my parents, but my only brother is deceased. I always say I'm an orphan. I'm the only one left.
Oh, sweetheart. Did you have sisters as well? Did you also have sisters?
No. I have a stepsister.
Okay, but your brother, how about let's talk to your brother. You want to talk to him first?
I would love to.
Okay, now I don't know if this is his name or somebody belongs to you, but I heard the name Frank or Frankie or some kind of F name. Did he have an F name or do you have any Franks around you?
Not that I know of.
That's okay, honey. What was his name?
His name is David.
David. And I always get D's, which is funny. I heard the Frank is the first name that I heard. I don't know why I heard Frank first of all. Secondly, I want to tell you I'm so sorry about your loss. I just heard was this a pretty recent passing with him?
He passed at the beginning of COVID, so it would have been
about 5 years ago.
Just 5 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I heard a few, so that he was trying to tell me a few years ago, which 4 or 5 years ago to me is a few years ago. That's how I feel. Did anybody call him Dave?
Yeah, we all called him Dave.
Because he said, just call me Dave instead of David. He said, just call me Dave. So he said, I'm going to... Rahul, I live in Kentucky. You guys, I won't pay attention to what you guys are saying because I'm doing a reading on TikTok. So if you guys say something to me, stick around and I can answer questions if you want. I'm so sorry. I'm on my TikTok right now. I'm so sorry. People comment on my YT, but and of course I have to say YT because I can't, if I say the other platforms, they get mad at me. So it's my 2B, my UB2B. You know how that goes. I have to ask you, did he have a heart attack? I literally just heard heart attack. Do you know if that's what he had?
He did.
Yes. It was fast. He says it was fast.
It was very fast.
It was very fast and sudden and out of the blue and unexpected.
Yes.
Were you trying to reach your brother and you couldn't get a hold of him or something before he passed away?
I had tried a couple days before. Okay. And just to see how he was doing because I had picked him up and took him to lunch and he could hardly breathe.
Yeah, he should have gone to the hospital because that's the first sign of having a heart attack, honestly. Having to breathe, struggling to breathe, and he just didn't know that was what he was having. He didn't have a history of this. I'm getting goosebumps. By the way, your brother is very strong because I'm getting a lot of fucking goosebumps from him. He is a goosebump fanatic. I'm getting goosebumps after goosebumps from your brother. He's agreeing with everything and I'm saying, damn, what are you doing? He's giving me so many goosebumps. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I like your brother.
He was a character.
Wait, is that you with him in the picture, is it not? That's your brother, isn't it?
That is actually my husband.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was your brother. I was assuming that was your brother. I'm so sorry.
Nope.
I couldn't tell. It was so small. I just assumed it was him. He didn't tell me it was him. I just assumed it was him. He says, I'm sorry. Okay, so when he was having trouble breathing was his first sign of having his heart attack, but he just didn't know it. And of course, do you kind of blame yourself for not telling him to go to the doctor?
Well, he was being treated for COPD. He had been in the VA and was being treated for COPD.
But I think that was the heart that was doing it. I don't think that was a COPD, to be honest with you.
And now in hindsight, you can see that, but
yeah, but back
at the time we didn't know.
You didn't know. You just didn't know. And how are you going to know 100% if he has COPD? It would be different if he didn't have COPD and all of a sudden it came on. But that was an overlying symptom of his actual problem, sweetheart. He says, I don't want you to feel guilty because I know you would have told me to do something if you thought I was having some kind of heart attack. Now, were you the one that found him?
No, he was in another city.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I wasn't sure if you found him. Do you know if he was just like collapsed and laying on the floor or something, like laying on like down on the ground? Do you know?
I did hear from the gentleman he lived with that he, at 8:05 in the morning, he had gotten him a bowl of cereal and ate it, and he said he was going to go get on his computer. Well, the gentleman he lived with had an errand to run, and he was gone about 45 minutes. And when he came back, my brother was deceased.
Yeah, it was, you know what he says? He says, I want to tell you something, sis. I did not feel it. I did not feel any pain. I just passed away peacefully, even though it was fast and swift. He says, I passed away peacefully. I just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you.
So he said, I know you were wondering this. You were wondering this if he was in pain. He says, I was not in pain. And I think he says, I think that's going to bring my sister the most comfort knowing that I did not suffer.
It does. Mm-hmm. It does.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, girl.
Yeah.
Have you been wanting to get this reading for a couple of days, or you just had to find the right time?
Yes.
Or a few days? Because he's telling me she's been wanting to do it for a couple of days, but today was the day. Today was the day. This minute, this time, today was the freaking day, he says.
Oh.
He says, I sure miss you. He says, I miss the fun that we used to have. I just miss you more than anything in this world. Because we were cohorts. We were good together. We were good family. We were good friends as well, yes. Besides being siblings as well, weren't you?
Yes, we were.
He says we were very good friends. We had each other's backs, didn't we?
Yes.
That's what he says.
Many times.
Mm-hmm. He said, you covered my ass more than once.
Isn't that the truth?
That's exactly what he said. You covered him. I'm sorry. This is him. It's not me. Listen, when they give you guys these messages, it's like I just let them have free reign with me. I have no filter on these messages. I'm just being honest with you.
That's the way he would talk.
I have no filter. He's like, that's damn right. He said, that's damn right. Your brother is funny as shit, dude. He's hilarious. I like him. He's funny. He's funny. But, he's making light of the situation. Look, he says, listen, I know that how I passed away was tragic, but he says, I'm okay now. I'm well. He worries about you. He hates that you're alone. He says, I'm so sorry because you are alone, aren't you?
I am.
Except for your husband.
I do have my daughter and my son and all my grandchildren.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same as having your sibling.
It's not. Listen.
Or your parents.
And he just agreed with me. I just got goosebumps. So he agrees with you, sweetheart, 100%, because I just got the goosebumps. But what he's telling me, he said, it's not the same relationship. Listen, I've known you longer than you've known them. That's what he's freaking so funny. He said, we've known each other since we were children. No, duh. He's so weird. Your brother is so weird, I swear. He's so funny. Listen, it's him talking, not me at all, honey.
Yes.
Hey, Ruthie, if you're here.
Just like him and things he would say.
100%. Listen, he's the one saying this shit, not me.
Yep.
Believe it or not, when I do these actual messages, it's in real time. This is not a delayed reaction. They're telling me exactly what I'm supposed to tell you in real time. I hear it word for word in the second that they tell me. There's a difference between listening and them actually talking through me, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense.
He said just to thank you for doing this, because is this the first time you've talked to him since he passed away?
It is. I actually went to his grave site, and you might think this is funny or whatever.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I used a ghost box, and my sister
Me
and
too. Me too. I have to tell you. You tell me your story. I'll tell you mine. You go ahead.
I used the ghost box, and I said to my sister Jamie, my stepsister.
Yeah.
I said to her, "Oh, look, it's our brother. Look." And she said, "Brother?" And he said, "Hi, sissies."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just got goosebumps. That was goosebumps. Let me tell you my story. It was about 2 days after my husband passed away. I got on my ghost box. This is before I could talk to my husband. I got on my ghost box. Okay. I was crying my eyes out. I said, "Oh my God, honey, I thought my husband passed away, not thinking that I loved him, because he always told me, you don't love me, blah, blah, blah." And first of all, this is the first thing he told me. He says, I said, "Honey, you've got to know how much I love you. See, as much as I'm grieving, do you actually think that I didn't love you?" And what came through was, "I know."
I know.
Mm-hmm. That's what come through. It says, "I know." And then I asked him, this is the one and only time I've ever heard this name on my ghost box. Okay. I said, "Honey, who are you with?" His sister's name, Cheryl, came through on the ghost box. And I have never heard that name ever before in my ghost box. And his sister's name was Cheryl. She died about 2008. And I said, he called her Cheryl, but it was Cheryl, Cheryl. I took a screenshot of it. I could not believe that. I just got goosebumps galore. I could not believe that Transcend Theory app. I will look into it. Let me take a screenshot of it so I can find it. Hold on a minute. Hold on, let me take a screenshot because I will not remember. Give me a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to take a screenshot. Wait a second. It's not working. Damn it. It's not giving me a screenshot. There we go. I got it. Thank you. No, I didn't. It was... Oh, no. Let's cover it. Hold on. Hold on a minute. There we go. I got it. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, very good. I got it so I know what it is, because I'll forget what it's called. But when he told me that, he says, I said, "Please tell me you know that I did love you, and you can't. You told me so many times that you think I didn't love you," because this is what he thought. I did not love him. He says, it said, "I know." And when his sister's name come through, oh my God, I could not believe it, because I've never heard the name Cheryl ever on this GhostTube box. It's called GhostTube VOX, you guys. That's what we use. GhostTube and GhostTube VOX. Yes. But it's called GhostTube. Yes. It's GhostTube app, you guys. That's what it's called. There's 4 different parts on the GhostTube app, by the way, you guys. There's it shows pictures, the words come through, and you hear the sounds, but they make no sense at all. They just go blah, 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 blah. You can't hear anything. The words is what you need on the GhostTube app. It's an amazing app, and it works. I'm telling you. So that's my GhostTube Vox story as well, because he said, "I know." And then I just started breaking down crying because I could not talk to him back then. This was because I didn't become psychic until January. He passed in November. So that right there tells me it works, because I know Cheryl's name should have not come through, because I asked him who was with him. Within a minute or two, it said Cheryl. I said, "Oh my God," I could not believe it. It was crazy, Julie. So crazy. Wow. Your brother just said, "Thank you for doing this. I appreciate you so very much," because he's been wanting to talk to you forever, he says.
It seems like forever since I talked to him, and I'm so glad I did this.
Yeah, me too. I think today was just, like I said, today was just the day. Today was just the day that you had to wait till your boss left. Are you around senators? Are you in a senator's office?
No, I am in I'm in a small community. Okay. And I am in the city council office. Oh,
okay. Well, that's all right. I didn't know where you were. I thought maybe you're in some big hot shot senator's office or something.
No. I have t-shirt and jeans on today.
That's okay. Hey, nobody can see you. Who cares, right? Who cares, my friend? You know, your brother tells me, Dave says, he says, I'm so proud of my sister. She's an amazing person. I miss having fun with my sister. Because he says, boy, did we have a lot of fucking fun. What the
We did. We did.
What is going on? He's cussing. I'm sorry. He is cussing. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. He's cussing.
I would always take him to dinner, and
oh my God.
My sister Jamie and my husband, and we'd go, and we took him to this Chinese restaurant this one time.
Oh my gosh, I love Chinese.
We love Chinese. He liked other food, but he liked Chinese really well. Well, anyway, I turned him on to the plum wine that was there.
Interesting.
Yes, and he said, "Sis, can I have some more of that plum wine?" I said, "You don't have to ask, just order it."
He's telling me, would your brother like chew his food, then stick his tongue out and just be like totally gross when he chewed his food?
Oh yeah.
He's like,
oh yeah.
He's showing me. He was like, he showed me that he would do that. I'm like, that is so gross. He's like chewing his food like a little bird, and he's gonna like spit it out. Oh, that's so gross. That's what he was showing me. That's the first thing that I heard when I heard about the Chinese. That's the first thing that I heard that he told me. I like your brother. He's funny.
We did have so many good times.
You did 100%, and he knows that you had amazing times together. He says, I just want to let you know that I appreciate all the times you you covered for me when I snuck in late. Is that true?
It's very true.
He said, you covered for me and you lied and said I was in my room, and then I snuck in late and you helped me. Wait, did he ever climb? Wait. Did you guys have like a 2-story house?
No.
Ever?
No.
Would he ever have to sneak in when he's talking about sneaking in through the window? Would he have to do that to try to avoid your parents' wrath or something?
Oh yeah.
He's like talking about sneaking in the. he's like talking about sneaking in the window, and you would cover for him, and he says, sis, I can't thank you for all the times you covered my ass. What is going? Stop it. This man, he's driving me crazy. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. I like Dave. He's a character. This is probably one of the most character readings I've ever done. He's a definite character, 100% for sure.
Yes.
100%. I love that. He sounds like he was an amazing person.
He was very amazing.
I have to ask you, did he have what he would call like a pot belly? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
He's like, he would say he had like a beer belly kind of thing. That's what he said. He said, that's the only thing I hated about myself is that my belly, I could never get my belly to go down. He says, I didn't,
Well, he needed to stop drinking the beer.
I knew he was drinking. I knew he was drinking because I just didn't mention it. He told me about drinking. I was going to ask you about a few minutes ago, but I forgot. But he did mention about the drinking. He said 100%. I was going to ask you if he was a drinker.
Yeah.
He said, listen, I loved me. Did he drink Miller Lite or something?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I just heard Miller Lite. That's what I just heard, Miller Lite. And I normally don't hear the names of BEERSs. I'm just being honest with you.
He probably told you that's what it is.
Miller, I heard Miller Lite. I'm just going to go with Miller. Listen, I never hear about kinds of beer. Never. He told me Miller Lite. I think that's what he probably drank. Was he a smoker too?
Yes.
Because he's talking about being a smoker too. Interesting. I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm chain smoker. Just he's showing me chain smoker.
He had a very addictive personality.
I can tell, my friend. I can tell. Hold on, I got to get rid of my pages. Just came in here. I thought I saw my profile picture come in here. You guys. Don't forget, Julie, remember everybody else, I do not inbox you guys, please. I have hundreds and hundreds of FAKE pages. Please pay attention. I'm begging y'all, please. I do not inbox anybody. Somebody came on my live a minute ago and said, why did you request me? I said, because I didn't. How could I request you? I've been live. Anyways, how could I request you? So you guys have to be careful. Julie, after this, I want to warn you, you're going to get a lot of requests for me, but it's not me, okay?
Okay.
They're going to want to do a reading for you. They do this for everybody that I read, so please pay attention. If I don't have 36.3 followers, 36.3K followers on here, it's not me, okay? Just to remind you, Julie. So please don't even request or don't answer those people, because I'm telling you, this happens to everybody that I read. You're going to get probably a dozen people to request a reading for you. Can I give you a reading, my dear beloved? I see this and this for you, blah, 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 blah. They always say, my dear beloved. Such a CAMMERS, I tell you what. Yeah, so you be careful. I don't inbox anybody, so the DMs are not from me. Please know that, you guys. I have to do another video about this, because people think I'm inboxing them when I'm not. I haven't followed anybody for a year. The people I follow was before I was a psychic medium, so I haven't followed anybody for a year. So except a couple of people that I've done readings for, maybe, but that's it. So just be aware, you guys. Please do not fall victim to the perpetrators. The perpetrators. The perpetrators. Don't fall victim to the perpetrators, right?
Right.
Oh, Christina, I got you, darling. It just come through. Thank you. You'll be next, darling. Very good. Very good. Let's see. I'm going to stay live on my YT since she'll be next, darling. Okay, Julie, let me see what your brother's saying. First of all, now, did your parents, one or both of your parents, pass before your brother?
Yes, one of them did. Well, actually, both of them did.
Okay, because I thought your mom did. I wasn't sure about your dad. So did your mom pass first?
No.
Your dad did. Okay, yeah. So it was your dad and mom both greeted him on the other side. He says, I'm with mom and pop. Wait, mom and pop, is that right? Did he say mom and pop?
Mom and pop.
Really? Is that what he called him? Mom and pop? Really?
He called him pop. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. That's what he said. Very good. Well, that's him talking, not me. It's okay, Christine. You be next, darling. Okay, darling. Very good. Very good. I'm excited. I love doing readings. I jones for these things. I just jones for them. My husband, I'll tell you what, I think if he was alive, he would be the fuck out that I was doing this, because there was no sense of me doing this for 34 years. None. I think it would be really, if I did this when he was alive, I think he'd be shocked, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I don't know. Okay, Julie, let me see what else. I have to ask you, did your mom or dad have cancer? Because I'm hearing about cancer for one of them.
My mother. Your
mother. I thought so. I heard mom's right before you said that. I heard mom. It's okay, Misty. No worries. Let me see. Did one of them or both, did she didn't have throat problems, did she? She's talking about her throat. Did she have trouble swallowing or talking or eating or something?
I think that my mom had dementia, and
okay.
She was on oxygen for 5 years or more.
Yeah.
She had serious COPD. And
yeah, I understand. Yeah. She's pointing to her chest. She says, sweetheart, she said, if you actually knew what I went through, it was horrible. She said, I was miserable the last few years of my life. It was awful. Not being able to breathe. She says, I just got goosebumps from her. I hope you did too. She says, not being able to breathe was the worst feeling in the world, because you feel like you're suffocating. She says, I felt like I was suffocating my whole life. She said, not my whole life, but the last few, that's what she's telling me. She felt like she was suffocating. Because that's got to be difficult. I can't imagine. I know when I lose my breath, you know what happens to me sometimes? I swallow something wrong, or not actually. It's like I swallow just my spit or whatever. Sometimes it's like I gag on and I can't breathe, and that is such a scary feeling, not being able to breathe.
Yes.
So her COPD was really bad towards the end, like very bad, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was like suffocating. She's like, I just couldn't, she just struggled. She struggled so hard. And I know that, thank you, Sherry. I know that when she passed away, she said she was glad she passed away. She says, because I was finally free of that cage I was living in, she says.
Yes.
She says, I was she's sorry, Mom. Stop cursing. Oh my God. Your family is, oh God. Oh, she says, I was fucking fine. So, oh my God. Your family, I love them. They're freaking funny, dude. They're funny as hell. She says I was finally fucking free. She keeps telling me to say, "Damn it, stop it."
And I felt that.
Stop
I
it.
felt that. I was with her the whole weekend.
Yeah.
When she passed, and I was not with her in the room when she passed.
That's okay. She didn't want you being there. She did that on purpose. She waited till you were gone from the room. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do.
She said, I wanted to pass on my own terms, and I didn't want anybody to beg me to stay because she says I was freaking miserable. Nobody understands how bad COP can. I just got goosebumps. It's a good confirmation of what she told me, that she passed away and she wanted to pass away on her own terms, darling.
Yep. Yeah, there was one of her aides was with her, and she said, your mother went to sleep with a smile on her face.
Because she was 100%.
All weekend, she called for her sister.
I just got goosebumps galore.
Yeah, she called for her sister, and she kept calling for her.
Because she was there waiting for her. She was passed away, correct? Her sister was passed away?
Oh, yes.
She was calling for her. I just heard your auntie Ruth. You don't have a Ruth name, do you?
I have a Ruby.
Ruby. Okay, that's what I'm just saying. I heard there are you, so Ruth or Ruby. Same thing. Are you? It's the same name when I hear this stuff. But she says I was calling for her because she was there and she knew it. So she was calling for her because she saw her. She says, I saw my sister and I knew she was there for me, waiting for me. And her mom and dad were also there when she passed away. So like the whole family was waiting. Did she also have a brother that she lost before she passed away?
Yes, she had two brothers.
Yeah. Were they both passed away before she passed, your mom?
Yes.
Okay, their whole freaking kit and caboodle were there. The whole family were there waiting for her because they were so freaking excited to be reunited with your mom again because they missed her terribly, terribly.
She was the only one left.
I know, just like you.
Yeah.
Like mother, like daughter, she's sorry. Stop it with these jokes. Oh my God, it's so weird. Like mother, like daughter. What the heck is that? Oh my God, Julie, this is too funny. I love your family. That's so freaking funny, dude.
It was a fun time growing up.
100%, 100%. Yeah.
All of our families just spreading out and adding more.
Did you guys ever have any kind of family reunions or get-togethers through the years?
Yes.
Because I'm hearing about like the family reunions. Are you guys coming back together as a whole? Does that make sense? Like you guys felt together as a whole?
Yes. Yes.
And that was, you guys really enjoyed that. You guys were a riot. You guys were fucking a riot, dude. You guys were always like laughing and dancing and singing and yelling and screaming. Like I feel like you guys were just, when you guys came back together, it was just amazing.
We would dance all the time. My brother had a disco ball with a dance floor.
Listen, I don't normally hear about dancing. That's a goosebump. I got another goosebumps, darling. I hope you're feeling these goosebumps because I am getting these goosebumps. I haven't got this many goosebumps in a long time. This is just a validation for saying, hey, we're all together. Now they're all together on the other side as well. So they are all waiting for you.
I'm waiting to go there.
And there's no there's no it's I have to ask you, are you in your 60s, sweetheart?
I am.
I just heard like 62.
A little older than that.
That's okay, no worries.
I just look young.
Wait, was your brother older than you?
Yes.
But was he in his early 60s maybe when he passed away?
I was 62 when he passed away.
Ah, see, I knew there was a 62 in there, my friend. I heard 62. So that's why he's talking about his passing. For you were 62, my friend. See that? 100%.
He was 2 months shy of being 69.
69. Wow, so he was a little bit older than you. Okay. Wow. He was a good big brother. He says I was a good brother.
He was.
He said I was the best brother, wasn't I? He's like,
yes. He was was my only brother. We used to say that.
That's why he was the best big brother in the world. You know, he really loved you when you were born. He really wanted you to have he's glad that it was a sister. He said he was glad that you were a girl. He said, he said, I was very, you know, he was almost 8, right, when you were born, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he was a little bit older, but that's okay. He enjoyed you as a baby. He says, I really enjoyed my sister as a baby because it was fun having a sister. And he was also a protective of you very much. You know that, right?
I do know that.
He was very protective of you. I have a feeling when you started dating, he did not like some of the guys that you dated when you started dating when you were young.
He did not.
He did. He's like, I did not like some of her dates. They were not good enough for her, and I made sure I told them that, he says.
Mm-hmm.
He
loved my husband.
He does. He loved your husband very much. He loved your husband 100%. Yes. He said he's the only one that I ever thought was good enough for you.
Yep.
100%.
And he would tell me that. You got a good man. You made a good choice, Julie.
Have you been together almost 40 years with your husband?
Been a little longer than 40.
Okay.
It is actually
43. I just heard 43.
December will be 49.
49. Wow. Okay. Good. That's amazing. I love that.
Yep.
He says tell your husband that he really cared about him like a brother. He really cared about him like a brother, and he's very thankful. He's very thankful that you found a good man, and he's a good dad and a good grandfather. He loves those grandkids.
Yes.
You lucked out. He says you lucked out.
I know.
You lucked out on your husband. He says. After you got with him, you didn't need anybody else because he was the one. He was the one.
And we only knew each other 3 months and 3 days when we got married.
Hey, that's nothing. I only knew my husband for 6 weeks, and we lasted 34 years, my friend.
There you go. Yes.
So
I'm sorry about your loss.
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that so very much. Teresa, definitely a very fun family. I've had very fun. These 2 readings I've done this morning have been so freaking fun. I swear to God. I am so blessed to be a psychic medium, and I'm just so blessed that I get to do this for you guys. I swear. It's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life.
I have another request.
What's that?
We have a son on the other side.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
He was very small.
He was a baby. Was he a baby, like a small child?
No, he was. I actually had a late-term miscarriage.
Okay. Well, he's here. He's with you. He's with your brother. Were you about 6 or 7 months along when you had this miscarriage?
22 weeks.
22 weeks. Okay, what is that? Like 5 months?
5.5 months.
I heard 6 months. That's what I heard, 6 months.
Yeah.
Honey, he just wasn't meant to be here, but he's been here with you, but he just wasn't meant to be alive. He says, Mom, I've been here with this whole time. Was this about 40 years ago you had this miscarriage?
I was later. It was probably about 30. Let's see. I was 38. I'll be 68 so about 30 years. Yeah.
30 years. I was going to say, if you said 30 or 7 or 38, I heard 40 years is close enough.
Yeah.
He says, Mom, I just wasn't supposed to be here. I just was supposed to stay a spirit. I was never supposed to be alive. I was just supposed to be in your life long enough to love me and cherish me. And, was this a stillborn baby?
He was.
He's telling me he was a stillborn, not a miscarriage, but a stillbirth.
Well, at 5.5 months, I think it's still classified as a miscarriage.
Right, but he was
late term.
Did he had his his arms and his legs, everything was formed, wasn't it? He's telling me I already had my eyes, I was formed. He just wasn't meant to be alive. And he says, Mom, but I've been here with this whole time. I've watched you grow. I've watched my siblings grow. I've watched my nieces and nephews grow. And he says, I love you so much. And please tell Dad how much I love him. And I just want you guys to know that I've been here with you this whole time. But I just was not supposed to be living.
Yes.
Is not. This wasn't my journey. He says, I will have another journey one day. He says, I will come back again one day in another lifetime. But he said it wasn't my journey this time.
Not this time.
It's funny. He's lived past lives. Actually, this child has lived past lives. So this life, he just wasn't. He's had many. Actually, he's actually had many past lives. Your son. This life was he was just not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
But he will come back in another lifetime. I've thinking about. I think he's going to wait to come back until he meets you. You will, when you cross over, you will see this child.
Thank you. I hope so.
No, 100%. 100%. I'm telling you right now, this child is telling me that he will see you when you cross over.
I always say when I cross that bridge and I cross that rainbow, that's the first person I'm looking for.
Well, that's what you're going to see. That's the first person you're going to see because you've already known everybody else. You're going to get to know this child that you lost. But I promise you, he's been here with you this whole time. You just didn't know it. But his soul, because this soul belongs to you, even though he was never alive, this soul has been here with you this whole freaking time, my friend. 100%. 100%.
Thank you.
And he's a cross between both of you. He says, I have, oh no. He says, I have your nose and Dad's eyes. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Let me tell you, my other two kids have my nose and Dad's eyes.
He said, I have your nose. Oh, my God. So funny.
Oh, my gosh. I joke about my nose.
That's why he said, I have your nose and my dad's eyes. He says he's making a point about your nose. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't help it but laugh because that's just how it is. That's how these readings are, my darling. Even your unalive son is just freaking doing amazing. And he's never been alive. But the funny thing is, Julie, when I started doing this last year, I did not want to talk to stillborn babies or unalive babies because I didn't think I could connect. Through the months, I've heard so much. I decided I love talking to these children that were never alive. I love it because they tell me things that's going on in your lives right now. They tell me how old they were when they passed away in utero. They tell me their sexes and everything. And you guys validate everything that I hear. But when I first started doing babies, I did not want to do it. I was very skeptical. But through the months as I've been doing this, the babies are freaking spot on, dude.
That's great. It was good to hear what he had to say. Thank you.
Listen, the nose thing, I think the nose thing got you, did it? Because your other two kids have your nose and the husband's in your husband's eyes. That he said, I have your nose and my dad's eyes. Yeah. And I promise you, darling, he's a very handsome boy. So you will see him on the other side. A man. He's not a boy, he's a man. But he stopped growing at the age of 30, so he is 30 years old. He will stay in his 30s. Everybody went back to the age of 30 on the other side. They're all in their 30s now. Because that's the age that they choose to be over there, is in their 30s. I've heard this from many people, and I hear the same thing myself. I heard this from many psychic mediums before I've become one myself, and about being in the 30s 100% of the time.
Awesome. You have anything from my father before I let you go?
He says, I'm okay. And I just want to let you know I'm very proud of you and I miss you tremendously, and your mom is okay, and I have your son with me. He says, I have your son and your brother and everybody else. My parents, your mom's parents, were all together, but he loves you, and did he know your husband?
Yes.
He liked your husband. Everybody liked your husband, by the way. Everybody liked your husband. Because he's a good guy. He said he said your husband is a very stand-up man.
Yes.
Very, very, very charismatic, very courageous guy. He's a very, very, very good man, sweetheart. You're very lucky. He said he's very lucky. You're very lucky that you have him in your life. And he said, I always wanted you to end up with somebody just like him, and it was just destined for you guys to be together, I believe.
Yeah, he's just like my dad.
Interesting.
I mean, he has the same mannerisms. He has my dad had a very caring, my dad was my rock. I would have not gotten through life without my dad.
And listen, your dad was a good father. Your dad was a very good father. And,
Yes.
that's what he wants to be remembered by. Good father, good grandfather. And, your dad loved you, girl. He loved both of you guys very, very much.
Yes.
And after you see your son, you will probably see your dad after you see your son. So your dad will be the next person you see. Then I think it'll be your brother, then your mom. It's kind of going to go in order, like your son, then your dad, then your brother, then your mom. That's kind of, I feel like, the order that you're going to see once you cross over.
That'll work because, I'm not anxious to see my mother again.
She was a tough cookie. She was a tough cookie. Yeah, that's why she's stepping back and she wants you to see everybody first before you see her. I feel like your mom was a really tough cookie.
She was.
She was a hard. She said she was a hard ass. What?
Yeah, she was. She was tough.
She was that I was a hard ass person, but that's just her personality.
Yeah. Even the weekend before she passed, I was still looking for that validation from her. I was still looking for that love, validation. I guess I knew in my own heart that she loved me.
She did, but she had trouble conveying love. I don't think she was a very affectionate person, but she showed love in how she treated you with respect and kindness, but at the same time, your dad was the affectionate person. You know that.
Yes, he was.
Some women don't know how to be. I am a very affectionate person. Some people don't know how to be affectionate. But it does not mean, listen, your mom loved you, even though she might have not been affectionate with you, but she loved you, honey. She really did. You have to understand that.
I do.
She says, I'm sorry. She said, I'm very sorry that you ever doubted me. She said, sweetheart, I loved you. Just please always know that I loved you.
Thank you.
Well, listen, honey, my YouTube is attached here. It's in my profile. So if you click on the link, my YT is there, and you'll see this first video today. You go under the live videos and you'll see me with this shirt on. So it's the first one for today.
Okay.
Take a mental note. It's a pink, blue, green shirt.
I love it.
I just got this off Shein, girl.
I've never shopped there, but there's a lot of things that I would like to get there.
I know, and they're so cheap. I got like a pair of shorts, 2 pants, and like 5 or 6 shirts for $50.
Can't beat that.
And then I got 10 pairs of earrings coming for $12. I got 10 pairs of earrings for $12, and they're so freaking cute. I cannot wait to wear them. I'm so excited.
Thank you again, and I wish you a blessed rest of your day.
All right, let me stop this live recording really quick, and I will be posting this on here. So we'll be